Hi. Do you know if there's a good place to go dancing in town? No, I don't. I don't dance. And I pretty much come to work and go home after. Believe it or not, I don't want to be around drunk people in my off time. What can I get you? Drunk? Barbarians! Welcome to episode 52 of the award-winning podcast, Behind Bars, Cocked Tales, and Wasted Nights. I'm your host, Greg. I've been working as a bartender for over 20 years, and over those years, I've seen a lot. My goal here is to share some of those high and low lights with you. Quick warning, this podcast contains sex, drugs, and some language that isn't suitable for anyone under 21 years of age, so you gotta have some ID. Okay, barbarians. First off, we got some business to tend to. I want to thank CL Smooth 69 for a tremendous 5-star review. And to Flutterby 76, go fuck yourself. You're 86th. And check out the Patreon link in the show notes. For $3 a month, you get access to Counterpoints, which is some premium content featuring guests even more inebriated than normal talking about outside the bar stuff. Also, I started a new podcast about adventures in dating with a couple of friends, Jess and Laura. It's called Better Off Single, and it's available on all your favorite podcatchers. Link is in the show notes. Okay, now that that's out of the way, brace yourselves, because I have a humdinger for you. I interviewed Todd the Guy, a longtime pal and fellow booze slinger around the corner from my spot. But before we get to that, you'll need a drink. Todd was going to suggest the UTI, a vodka cranberry, but then went with the white trash, a vodka with chocolate milk, and then settled on the PB&J, a PBR, and a shot of Jameson. It reminded me of Mad Bull's Tavern in Sherman Oaks, where I suggested a special consisting of Pabst Blue Ribbon and a side of hummus and pita bread. I called it the Pabst beer. The boss didn't go for it. Anyways, if you don't have that stuff handy, a shot of tequila and a healthy amount of booger sugar will do the trick. Okay, without further ado, here's Todd the Guy. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us for episode 52 of Behind Bars, Cocked Tales, and Wasted Nights. I'm your host, Greg, and I am here with a friend I've been trying to get in here for a while. He's been doing it for a long time. He's got stories for days. I'm here with Todd the Guy. Todd, what's up?
Not too much, man. How are you, Greg?
I'm good. Thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it. I know it's a bizarre situation in the closet.
Yeah. A couple guys in the closet. How weird.
Yeah. So deep in the closet, we're finding Christmas presents. So Todd, I'd like to start things off with, how you got into it, your origin story. But first, folks, he has like the best, he always names things. He's got names for everything. And a lot of times when people party, they call that a little white crusty line in your nostril, VCR, visible coke residue, but Todd has a much better name for it. Todd, you want to share that name with everyone?
Yeah, the felony ring.
The felony ring! Come on, that's way better. We need to make the felony ring a thing, get rid of the VCR. This is genius. And what are you? You're a cheetah walking on the, what were you saying in the text today?
Street walking cheetah, the heart full of napalm.
Street walking cheetah with a heart full of napalm, folks. That's what's going on.
That's a Stooges tune there.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, you like the punk rock. When we did karaoke, you were lighting it up with the punk rock.
Yeah, I like all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, you were in a band for a while.
Yes.
You played trumpet, right?
Bugle.
Badly. And you sang, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice. What was the name of the band?
Stunning Cunts. It was a Cows cover band.
Oh my God, the Stunning Cunts. You know what the difference between a women's track team and a band of pygmies is?
Do tell.
One is a cunning bunch of runts. Thank you.
I've heard that before. Kind of forgot.
Yeah, it's not mine. It's a street joke. All right, so we got the felony ring out of the way. We got the Stunning Cunts. So when you're not bugling badly and singing for the Stunning Cunts, you're bartending. You're behind the stick.
Yeah, I bartend. I do some carpenter work.
Hence Todd the Guy.
That's right. I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. If you guys need anything, I'm the guy LLC. If you need anything built or fixed, Todd
is the guy.
He's the guy. So, what do you like better, working as I'm the guy, or you like bartending better?
I like a little bit of both, man. A little bit of balance. When I work as I'm the guy, I work alone a lot, so the social side of things, bartending's nice.
Yeah, you run into a lot of people you wouldn't otherwise run into. How long you been doing it, the bartending?
Oh, I did it for 10 years, got fired, took about 5 years off, and just got back into it last December.
How'd you get fired?
Being drunk,
Classic.
breaking shit, left a fucking huge mess one night, and pretty much left the owners with no choice.
Okay, yeah, they had to do it.
Yeah.
You're like, call them the next day, like, hey, I understand. I'm just going to do it for you. I'm going to resign.
Well, I was going on vacation for 10 days, and I said, I'll talk to you when I get back. So when I got back, I got the axe.
Oh, Jesus. And so you took a little break. You were the guy. You still are the guy. And now you're back behind the stick. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't you at the same place you got fired from?
Yes, I am.
Oh, man. You must have...
They love me.
They just had to fire you for a while.
Yeah.
They put you in the corner for a little bit, punish you.
Feel the shame.
And this was at the HT?
Yes.
All right. And that was 10 years at the HT. It's a really cool bar, local haunt in town. And you must have seen some stuff there.
Seen a few things.
Yeah. I heard you had an interesting Christmas, interesting holiday.
Yeah, that was at the other bar over Capitol Hill, the Satellite, which I also work at on Saturday nights.
Go see them, folks. What went down on Christmas or your holiday at the Satellite?
Oh, it was Christmas Eve on into Christmas. This guy came in and was drinking double shots of tequila, keeping an eye on him. He's having about one an hour, but he was there for about a solid 6 hours drinking water. The thing was, he had a big wad of cash. He just moved in up the street, said he was walking. Kept to himself, didn't cause any trouble. He was throwing me $20 every round. So
okay, yeah, you let it keep going.
I kept feeding him.
Yeah.
So eventually, later on in the evening, this girl came in, started flirting with him, and then he got a little too grabby with her and had to be told to knock it off, leave her alone. So he did for a second. I was down the other end of the bar, really small place. Talking to some people, I turn around, he's doing it again, and the patron's like, hey dude, back the fuck off, leave her alone, she doesn't want you bothering her. So he pulls a fucking gun out of his coat.
What?
Cocks it and points it right at this fucking guy. And so yeah, interesting situation there. I was like, whoa, got him calmed down there and put the gun away. And telling him he had to leave, and so he gets up to go, and the guy he pointed the gun at now is acting tough and wants to fight. And so the guy goes to pull the gun out again, drops it on the floor. At this point, now the gun's on the floor.
Jesus.
Somebody kicked it across the room.
Nice.
A couple patrons grabbed him and started to lump him up on his way out the door.
Nice. Give him a little going away present.
A patron picked up the gun, and I was like, give me the gun. And she's just staring at me. So I had to, raise the voice and turn on the Manson lamps, like, give me the fucking gun right now. So she hands the gun over, and I wrap a towel around it, put it behind the register, and get this guy outside. And he got pretty beat up on his way out. And
I hope so.
Yeah, he deserved it at that point.
Merry fucking Christmas. Jesus.
So he had enough, kind of convinced people to stop letting him have it. He got the boots, pretty heavy style, I guess. And he's bleeding out of his eye or whatever, above his eye. And so I get people to go back inside, and there he is on the phone out there. He calls the cops himself.
Somebody took my gun.
Yeah, and tells them I've been assaulted at the bar here, and they took my firearm. So I guess when they mentioned that, the cops were in a hurry to get there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he had a moment of clarity, took off on foot. He's gone. The cops show up. They come in, grab the gun, and that was basically it. They said if he comes back looking for it, tell him we have it. And no
come pick it up at the police station.
Not many questions asked. They were just on their way. So that was pretty interesting.
Wow, that's a Christmas.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, so there you go, folks. This is why I like to do this podcast, because people who do like project management don't have guns pulled on them on Christmas Eve. Doesn't really go. You have that on your resume? I'm able to disarm somebody.
I've actually never had a resume.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you get your bar gig? Just lying to the people, just talking to them, or by drinking there enough until you get absorbed?
Exactly.
That's how you got the HT?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually known the owners for a long time.
Okay. So 10 years ago, they just put you behind there and just let you go?
Well, I moved back to town. I was up in North Idaho for a couple of years building homes, and came back in 2008 and hooked up with this old friend, and next thing I know, she's pregnant, and I was like, shit, I need a job. And I was living right up the street from the Highland there, and just started working there, and I think I was working the door at first, and then I picked up some bar shifts and ended up there for 10 years.
Jeez. And so you got anything that compares to the satellite that went down there?
Not quite like that, no, but there's one night the Motorbike club guys were in there from down the street there.
Yep.
And they're out on like it's not really a patio, but where the garage doors are open, there's a little hangout area. It's maybe like a 3-foot by 20-foot long outdoor area with a railing. So they were all hanging out there. They got their jackets on with the patches and all that. And
the cuts, yeah.
So this kid goes out there and thought he'd be cute, and I guess he said to him, from what some other bystanders told me, "You guys got matching jackets. Wow, are you an item?"
Oh my God, dude. What?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
What's funny is this kid was like smoking a cigarette and he had it in his fingers. Well, he got knocked out cold. All the motorbike guys took off on foot after that. So he's just kind of laying out there on the concrete.
Cigarette burning between
Cigarette's still burning between the fingers. And I go out there and kind of nudge him with my foot, like, hey, you can't sleep here, you know. So he finally wakes up and, like, he must have been ready to take a drag before he went to sleep, because the first thing he did after he woke up was, like, put the cigarette in his mouth and
he'd like
take a tug off of it.
Somebody put his life on pause and then unpaused it.
Totally. And here we are. We're back in it. So he wakes up. He doesn't know where the hell he is or what happened. And staggered around for a little bit. And then he took off. And his hat was laying there. So I threw his hat behind the bar. Maybe he'll come back for it tomorrow. Well, the next day when I go to work, the chef came in. And he's like, that's my Spice Guys hat there. Why is that there? And I was like, well, let me tell you. You know, so I told him the story, and he's like, holy shit, yeah. So the guy got his hat back, I guess, but I never saw him drinking there again.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Those guys, they're cool, man. They came in to my bar once, and someone got the idea that he was going to record the cuts, like go behind them and record their like jackets, like make a video. He's like, oh, did you get a cool video of that? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, let me see it. Took his phone and just like threw it off the like patio on the second floor, like 50 feet. And the kid was like, yeah, that's cool. I get that.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah. You're going to just get a new phone.
They were always pretty cool in there, respective, you know. It's kind of surprising sometimes. The biggest and meanest of looking guys will go in there and order a Bud Light Lime and then play like teenage girl music on the jukebox.
That's hilarious.
You know, I don't even know what it was, but it was like, wow, what the fuck?
This is the song they play in the movie when the girl's getting the makeover. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's just pretty weird.
I had a door guy at the karaoke bar where I worked. He was monster, and he would drink tequila rose. Remember that? It was like Bailey's Irish cream, but with tequila, and it tasted like floral and sweet. It was pink.
Yeah.
It was on the rocks. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You're inviting a fight. But yeah, he was awesome, dude. I've seen him just like waste people, and he's like tequila rose. Okay, it doesn't go together.
Bud Light Lime. Remember those like the 16-ounce aluminum cans?
Yeah, it's like stadium beer.
Fucking awful. Yeah.
Yeah. So Todd, at the HT, you guys have a pretty great menu. I love getting the what's that? The pastrami one with the egg.
The bombshell.
The bombshell is so good, and the tater tots. You guys are known for having some really good sandwiches.
Yeah, yep. That white-haired fucker came in, what's his name, Guy Fieri, and basically boosted the sales. Overnight sensation, like 300%. But enough about him.
Guy Fieri. Oh, yeah, Fieri.
Whatever his name is. I call him the white-haired fucker. But
I love that guy. I love the Shane Torres bit on him that he does on Conan. Amazing. But anyway, so Guy Fieri's there, and
well, get off of him. story I wanted to tell you was about the night, afternoon, guy threw a sandwich at me. Pretty fucking funny. So this cat, he called himself Miami. He moved from Miami. He would come in and drink his rum and cokes, and he had this thing where he would buy rum and coke and he would pay for it and then go do his thing, and then he'd come back for another one. He'd get the drink and then like turn and walk away and not pay for it. So I started him a tab, and he was friends with some of the regulars there, so figured I would always get paid. Well, he would do that a couple times, and then like the third time he would come back and then try to just pay for that third drink, and I'd be like, well, you still owe me for the other two. And he'd be like, no, I've been paying you cash the whole time. So I was like, all right, no you didn't. And he's kind of getting mad at me, so whatever, we had this thing. Week later, fucking does it again. All over. So we went back and forth with that bullshit a few times. One Sunday he came in, and I was kind of in a fucking mood. Maybe it was a Saturday. I think I was working Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So by the time Saturday rolled around, I was fucking done with people.
Yeah, you're done.
So he came in and did it. A couple drinks, and then he sat down and got the Turkey Club sandwich. He came out, and he's like, all right, well, I'll pay my tab. Well, there's 3 drinks instead of the one that he just ordered plus the sandwich, and he's like, you're ripping me off. And I was like, no, dude, I'm fucking on to you. I'm tired of your fucking bullshit. Here's your fucking tab, pay it or whatever. And he starts fucking yelling at me. So I was like, you know what, you're done, fuck you, you're 86th.
Yeah,
so I grab his fucking plate. It's like this rectangle plate, and it's got the sandwich on it, and I'm pulling it away and taking his fucking drink.
You can't have this.
So he grabs each half of the sandwich in fucking each hand, and I'm holding the plate up, as a shield, because he's winding up and gonna fucking throw them at me. So
so ridiculous.
He whips these turkey sandwiches half of the time at me, and I'm like blocking it with this fucking plate from like 10 feet away, and the food's everywhere. At this point, like the owner's there, and a couple people just grab him and put him outside, and he's 86. Yeah, that was I was laughing so fucking hard that I couldn't like be a part of throwing him out or do anything about it. It was just too funny.
It's too funny. You're almost in a good mood. Like, I was just blocking a sandwich with a plate, like a shield.
Half the bar was fucking, laughing pretty hard because it was funny to see, I'm sure.
Oh my god, dude. This is what we go through at work, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. So you've been doing it, Highland Tavern 10 years. What about the fun stuff?
Lots of fun stuff going on there.
Yeah, like you're the guy. It's not really social. You're working just with your thoughts in the Zen moment. You're bartending. It does get social. Some ladies in the picture, or there's some booze. All bets are off. The owners aren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of fun to be had there. A couple waitresses, other bartenders.
Nice. That's the only time I've been fired. Well, all right, except for one other time. But when I start like getting involved, like I've learned my lesson. Like I don't do it now. You know what I mean? Okay, I've done it twice where I am now. But like I don't do it because then it goes south for me all the time. Like I don't know what it is. It just gets complicated.
Yeah,
I think it's not gonna be.
This time around, now that I'm back, I'm trying to stay away from that. There's obviously some interest. Oh, there's some new dude working here, like
when you're the new blood.
They didn't know me before.
Yeah,
and it's just like stop, cut it out.
Yeah, when you're the new blood, it's like everyone starts crushing on the new person all the time. It's just weird, and then it happens.
There's one in particular there that Jesus Christ, she says the craziest shit, and she's kind of cute, but Jesus Christ, she's got this cat shit breath. It just fucking ruins it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the toughest thing to tell somebody, too.
Yeah, what do you do?
You're like, listen, I can't have that on my dick. I can't.
I have no interest.
Cat shit breath. Whenever you exhale, it smells like a pregnant cat just peed and shit in here.
Jesus Christ, you can't back off far enough. It's,
You would think with COVID, after the mask, everybody would have solved that problem.
Yeah,
they would have become
you
aware.
smell it yourself.
You're like, oh shit, nobody told me about this.
I gotta start bringing packs of gum with me and just like,
Todd, I gotta tell you a story. Hold on, have that. You're gonna verbal orders? Definitely write them down for me. I don't want to talk to you.
Let's go back to the 6-foot rule.
Yeah. So give me an example of some weirdness with HT staff.
Oh shit, man! I don't know.
It doesn't have to be that realm. Not that realm. Not that realm. I'm talking about like do you guys ever like hang out socially after? Does it get weird? You guys party together, go to like after parties?
We used to hang out. Locked once the doors were locked, we'd hang out and play pool sometimes till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and do the stuff that people do, and that keeps you up a little later, And
oh yeah, the Egyptian. What'd you call it?
Yeah, the Egyptian talking powder. But that's in years past, and that shit doesn't go on anymore.
That's a new one for me, and I've heard a lot. Yeah, I used to do, like when I was a busboy, we would like lock the doors at the end of the night, and they would take all my money back with cards. Like I would just gamble and lose it all, but we would stay there, pull the curtain so the cops wouldn't come in, bother us and stuff, and we got to get out by 11 when the owners show up,
Dim the lights.
Yep. It's many a night I've given all my tips back to many bartenders. Are these the only 2 bars that you have worked in? Like, have you ever done like food service, like fine dining, anything like that?
No, I never have. These are the only 2 places I've worked at. I know the owners of both places, personal friends of mine, so
they're pretty awesome places. Like people like would love to get into them to work there because they're like gold mines.
For sure,
you lucked out.
Yeah, I did, and I don't know that I could work at many other places. I'm not the type of guy that can handle having a boss and somebody making my schedule. Working there, it's like, hey, do you want Sunday nights? Yeah, okay, Sunday night it is. You want Saturday night over here? Yep, I'll take Saturday. So that's it.
That's pretty unique for a bartender. Like you just pick your spots and you get them.
That's just it. What they offer is what you get, and you take it or leave it. And as shit opens up, you can get more. But I'm pretty happy with that just now. 2 days a week is plenty.
And you get to tell people like what the fuck's up, like where you work. Like I have to be like, I'm not allowed to say no. It's like, oh, do you have Corona? Unfortunately, I carry a different style of Mexican lager. May I recommend that to you? I can't just go no. So
yeah, we don't carry that shit.
Yeah, you get to just tell them. You get to give them a what for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's so many times I get people like, oh, Joe, give me a Corona. Everything's a Colorado beer. You got PBR? That's a different state. It's a Colorado beer. What do you have? I have this fucking menu. You know what I mean? You could have looked at that the whole time.
Yeah. Since I've been back at the tavern and only working on Sundays, they got 24 beers on tap there. And the menu's not really up to date all the time, so I give people the menu and it's like, well, shit, I don't know if we have that or not.
Right.
Maybe we do. I don't know. I work here 1 day a week, so let's see.
In that instance, I like to slide them the menu and go, here, we have most of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully you hit it right, What about your shift on a Sunday annoys you the most? Like what type, like what happens? What sets you off? Because I've seen you in there, man. Like you're so busy, you're handling like over 100 people yourself.
Yeah, well, I love it when it's like that.
Goes by fast.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when it's slow.
You got to talk to people.
Yeah. I don't know. The neighborhood's so different now than it was like 10 years ago. There's a lot of entitled type people in here in the neighborhood. They're a lot harder to deal with. But I've gotten better, I guess. I try to be nice to everyone.
You get people who've never worked in that industry. They've probably never mowed a lawn. They've probably never been punched.
Right. You get the girls that got the lip job on Friday to go out for the weekend. It looks like they got hit with a fucking cast iron frying pan right in the mouth. It's like, Jesus Christ, you get stung by a fucking bee? What's going on here?
Are you allergic to that bee?
It's really hard. Another thing, I guess, what annoys me the most is the fucking jukebox. Where everybody makes it their fucking living room, They
you
got the
can't
touch
have
tunes
that.
Things. Drives me fucking crazy.
You got to set the tone yourself. Like atmosphere is everything. Whenever I walk into a bar, first thing I look at, lighting, TVs, and then I tune into the music, like what's going on. And jukeboxes, man, I can't tell you. I'm like, who fucking played this shit? And then it's like, it's not a theme. It's not a genre. It's just all over the road.
Yeah, and it becomes a competition, and it can be awful.
Especially when it's not your stuff.
Yeah, I did have a guy come in a few weeks ago that I don't know, he was like pimp daddy type guy. He brought these girls in, and half of them, there was probably 5 girls or whatever. They had the frying pan lips, and he's like, "Hey man, can you turn the jukebox up? I'm gonna play some music here." And he threw me a 20. So I was like, "All right, that's cool." And they ordered all his food. They hardly touched it. Did the fucking photos, the Instagram photos, selfies with themselves. Had one round. Their tab was like $150 fucking bucks, and the guy threw me like another, I think $50 tip. So
nice.
That was cool. I could deal with the shitty music.
Yeah, I'll listen to that all day.
He was a professional.
Yeah, he knew it. That's awesome. What's the best tip you ever got?
Oh, fuck. Probably like 300 in cash, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We had this, when I was in Aspen, we had this woman who was involved with the Mary Kay fortune, and she used to be a server, and now she's rich, so she would go out, and every time she would go out, like, it would be like, your phone would get like a notification. It would be like another bartender. It's like, Nancy's in town. It's like, oh, sweet. Hopefully she comes to my bar,
She drive the pink Cadillac?
I think she married the guy that owned it or something. That's Avon. Yeah, Avon lady calling. And she would count up everybody that was working. That was like a busboy, a busser, a server, bartender, and then everybody would get $100 bill.
Nice.
Just to start. And then like wherever the tab was, close it out. Like, I got $800 once. It's like, holy shit.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love it, dude. But then it's Aspen, so the 800 goes pretty fast, too. But, yeah, that was, like, my best one. She was awesome. And I gotta tell you, like, you haven't bartended in a lot of other... Just Denver.
Just Denver. Just those 2 places.
It's getting better, but when I first got here, and maybe it was the shock of coming from Aspen, but, like, I've worked in New York, I've worked in Boston, I've worked in L.A., and Denver was like, nobody really tips here.
It's gotten a lot better. I've noticed it this time around. It's like, oh, okay, yeah.
It was bad though. The first 5 years, I was like, whoa, I don't know if it's gonna work. Like, how? Like, I have this theory. Like, it's like Israel. Everybody does a year in the army. In the U.S., everyone should do a year in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And then like everyone will understand when shit gets fucked up. Shit's cold. I know how to tip. Like, it just, it's not a fucking exact science.
Satellite, for where it is, Colfax, it always surprises me. The tips there 40-50%, so
yeah, you're in some awesome spots, man. You're crushing it.
Yeah, I feel pretty damn fortunate about that.
Is it the section of Colfax that's kind of questionable?
It's totally questionable. All the businesses around there are fucking gone. It's right by the Capitol.
Oh yeah,
so you're dealing with all the walks. A couple of those really cold nights this winter. People coming in just trying to warm up, and you can't give them a fucking inch because they'll take a mile. Next thing you know, they're going up to tables and drinking other people's drinks and shit. It's just you there. You're the bartender. You're the bouncer. You're every fucking thing. So.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you can't give anybody an inch.
Oh yeah, like homeless. Like yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call it now? Houseless. I heard once they should call it home often because you're always there. Wherever you are, you're there. That's horrible. I'm going to hell. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
How long do you think you're going to stay in it, man?
I have no idea. I don't know how long I can do it, but right now I just kind of got my head down, working a bunch, trying to put some money away. And
well, you also fix bikes. Like you're like a mechanic that's like super talented with like Beamers, right?
Classic BMW motorcycles, like 70 through 2005 is kind of my expertise and what I like.
So, like, is the end goal maybe to like open up your own shop or something like that? Or?
No, I don't know.
Just something that you like to do.
Yeah, it's more of a hobby. I tried to do it for a living, and I got burned out on it really quick, and I stopped working on my own shit. So, I just do it when the job is right. I get some calls still, and if it's a nice money grab,
yeah. If I want to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah. I don't have to do it. The carpentry thing's been good again. I've been staying busy with that. So, that's a lot of fun. It can be. It's rewarding. Sometimes it sucks, but,
Well, I'm envious, man. I can't build or fix anything. So I see somebody like come in and just like put some shit together. I'm like, God damn, that's pretty awesome. So Todd had an incident at his house, and he had to call 911. I tried to get the 911 call. I paid $30. I had the date. You gave me the date, the time. They had it. But but then there was a mental health hold, so where I couldn't get it without a subpoena, and so I was like, all right, well, refund me. They're like, well, we'll give you $15 back because it's $15 research fee. I'm like, oh my God. So I gave him $15. I couldn't get the call, but can you tell the listeners what was going on?
Yeah, I couldn't get any information on the guy either. But anyway, Sunday afternoon, hanging out, my kids over. It's like 2 o'clock. This is in August, I guess. My neighbor across the way, I saw him out there, and I went and talked to him for a few minutes. And
saw who out there?
My neighbor. So I went and talked to him just across the street. I shot at my front porch. I didn't lock the door, not thinking anything of it. It's the middle of the fucking day on a Sunday afternoon. And I feel my phone buzzing in my pocket. I look at it, and my son texts me, "Why don't you tell me when somebody's coming over, Dad?" And I was like, fuck, I'm not expecting anybody. So I was like, hey, man, I got to go. So walk back across the street and get on my porch, and I see these shoes right next to the door. Yeah, had the sense to take his shoes off. Anyway, so I open the door and see this fucking guy completely naked standing by my son's door. So, holy fuck, I'm seeing red. I fucking go in there, hit him a couple times in the gut. He wasn't really fighting back, so I went pretty easy on him. I grabbed him by the fucking hair and drug him outside, completely naked. He's drip drying because he just took a shower.
Oh my God.
And put him out on the porch, called 911, yelled over to my neighbor, called 911. So I'm on you can't even get a hold of the fucking cops anymore. You got to call 911. You can't even call a regular number, but it was whatever. Press 1 if you're angry, 2 if it's too late, 3 if you're about to throw your fucking phone.
Yeah, exactly.
So I ended up on hold for like 4 minutes.
Oh my God,
with this fucking naked goon outside there. It was high on whatever the fuck.
Meth must be the shit.
Yeah, so finally I get the operator on the phone and telling her what happened and this and that, and I yell back into my son, "Did he touch you? Did he touch you?" And he finally answered no. Meanwhile, he's hiding in his closet with a knife.
Nice.
Because he saw
he's
this
ready to go.
Fucking naked guy taking a shower with the door open.
That's fucking crazy.
And so anyway, I'm on the phone with the operator, and she's like, they're on their way. Well, the guy goes, "Hey, I need my clothes. I said, "You take 1 step towards the door and I'm going to fucking brain you, buddy." So the operator responds, "Please don't brain him."
Please don't brain him. Oh, yeah. I want to hear that so bad.
So, it seemed like forever. The cops finally showed up. What was funny is the one drove right by the house, and I was waving, "Hey, fucking right here." And he's like, when he finally got there, he was like, "Oh, I was waiting for backup in case we had to, fight this guy if he's high on fucking whatever." I was like, "What about me?
What about me? I have no backup. I have no backup. You could have been. I would have been your backup."
Yeah. So, they called it a mental health issue. I kind of declined to press charges at the moment because I was pretty fucking rattled by the whole thing.
Yeah.
Obviously. So because I didn't press charges right then and there, they had some mental health unit come out and they loaded the guy in an ambulance and took him to the puzzle factory or wherever the fuck they go.
Puzzle factory.
And I could never get any information about the guy. I never found out who he was, where he's from. Is he in the neighborhood? Am I going to fucking see this guy again? But they wouldn't release anything to me, and that was pretty much the end of it.
Well, at least he was, clean. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Wherever he was going.
I found a vial of, I don't know if they call it fucking locker room or whatever. Maybe he was huffing in the bathroom.
Oh, no. Huffing stuff?
Yeah. I gave that to the cops. They went in and got his clothes off the floor, and they missed that. Was sitting there. So I don't know if the guy was on meth or what the fuck, but he was out there. And yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And we got a picture. Maybe we'll put it up on the social medias. Maybe we won't. We don't know. If you email us at cockedtalesandwastednights@gmail.com, I'll send you the picture back so you can see this. It's bizarre. All right. Well,
I think it's a postable photo.
I think it is too.
He's covering his junk.
Yeah, and you don't see his face.
You can't see the crack of the ass.
Yeah, that's for some reason that's you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we can't see the nipple. We can see all the boob, but we can't see the nipple, and we can see the ass, but not the ass crack. It's like, who makes these rules at the censoring offices there? I want to see, and they're right, though. If I don't see the ass crack, it doesn't really trigger anything.
Yeah.
So you got to see the whole thing. How do they know?
There's no brown eye. There's no, no sack. He's got his hands over everything.
No brown eye, no sack. It's going
And
up.
you can't really see his face, so yeah, I think it's good to go.
And Todd did the right thing,
isn't.
and he didn't brain him. So that was nice. All right. Todd, I appreciate you swinging by, man. Thanks so much for coming in. That was Todd the guy. Don't show up at his house naked. If you do, definitely leave your shoes outside on the porch. But he will probably brain you.
This time I will.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheerio.
Well, it's last call, so let me give you a tip. Don't bring your baby to the bar, period. And if you can't get a sitter, don't stick your kid's diapered ass on my bar top. I mean, why do I even need to say this? Folks, it's been a blast. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And a call to my fellow booze slingers. Send in your stories to cockedtalesandwastednights@gmail.com. You can remain anonymous if you'd like. Thanks for listening, subscribing, downloading, and spreading the word. Don't be afraid to give me a good review, even if you're lying. It really does help build our community of barbarians. And check out my video. Just close it on YouTube. You will laugh, damn it. If you want to support the podcast, like I said at the top, you can do that on Patreon. I've got a series on there called Counterpoints, and it's pretty hilarious. It's a whopping $3 a month, but it helps keep the lights on. Links in the show notes. We'll see you next time on Behind Bars, Cocktails, and Wasted Nights. Cheers.